Hello, I'm B.R.I.N, and here now, before the grace of God, there goes those Mr. Beast copycats. Here is our only top story for this week. Actually, this now sounds very controversial due to recent years. I think you remember this influencer growing up in those days. I think you know who that girl is. I'm talking about the girl who thinks she's way more younger than Tana Mangyal. I'm talking about the girl who looks more cooler than James Charles just because she adopted a puppy for another family member. I'm talking about the girl who doesn't give a damn about anything once and forever. Nada. So you want me to say it? Okay. Today, we're talking about Piper. That's right. Miss is Piper Rockelle. Here's some further notice. I used to talk about this girl on B.R.A.N Weekly before, back in like the early 2020s. Just because I'm a man that loves her back then, doesn't mean I want to be like her. And I even barged in with some of her squad members' videos as well. So we all know that she's a creative, talented influencer, like everyone else in these days. She lives with her older brother Hunter, and has a pug named Frank. And of course, she has her very own squad, which is much more complicated than what you remember from Hype House or all that. And yes, let me just say the number one thing about her. She does challenges just like Mr. Beast. Yeah, that's right. Much like Darman, much like Jordan Matters, much like any other young influencer that's inspired to copy Mr. Beast's challenges, he's related to this son of a god. And through time and time, you might remember seeing the squad do videos like these. Hey, Sawyer, what's up? Simone too? Emily? Oh, whoa, wait. How'd you know?
Starbucks! I want Starbucks!
Oh my god, Hunter up! Oh my god, Hunter! What the heck? Someone go touch it. Go make sure it's okay or something.
First grade! Okay! Oh my gosh!
What does it say?
You're ugly! I have an important question.
What?
Will you be my girlfriend?
No.
You guys are having a photo shoot.
I don't care.
Stop lying. We knew that you guys suck at partying. Come on, you guys aren't even entertaining.
Let's do it at your own house. What's up, my house?
Piper?
No, I don't want everyone out of my house. Look, I'm gonna be really upset. Everyone needs to go home. This is not okay, you guys. Everyone go home. I'm actually kind of disappointed in all
You guys want to party in the backyard?
Jensen.
Yeah!
They scare me. Well, as much as I hate looking back at these, I finally had to open up that that's not the way on how to become famous on YouTube. Like, are you even crazy? You think you want to watch some freaking Mr. Beast video 24/7 and seeing what kind of crap you can create inspired by this lunatic? Well, I don't mean to say that Mr. Beast is a lunatic. I don't want everyone to be copying his challenges. But for real, why would young YouTube creators under the age of 18 want to become like the new Mr. Beast? That's not right. Like, who would give a damn about opening your own Starbucks at home? Hiring Darman to do your own public service announcements? Explain the whole truth, but then in the next video, you do something more crazy. It almost made that this is more of a fucking kids nation of Nickelodeon. Like on the kid side, this is your bread and butter. But on the adult's age side, this is their cup of tea. I have given a damn about everyone copying Mr. Beast's challenges. I don't want them to be the new somewhat millionaire like this babe here. Oh wait, I should point this out. Those influencers are between the ages of 13 and 16. I'm like in my freaking 20s. So that's why they have no right to say. Okay, despite all that craziness, just of all the exhaustion of looking at those influencers' TikToks and YouTube videos 24/7, I have officially stopped talking about Piper and the squad somewhere in 2023 because I had enough of seeing videos like this. I don't think this is what YouTube is about. I was focused on my more comfort zone. So that's why I decided to move on when Anthony returned to Smosh at that year.
Found him.
And I recently heard that most of her squad members had departed themselves for their own time. And that's why she was now left alone by herself. Except for her two besties that used to be enemies with this rival here. No, not a rival anymore. Nope. I'm sure you'll remember me talking about the departures of Piper's most frequent top members. Click the info button to see the 3 videos I'm talking about. Well, it wasn't until 2024 that Piper finally admitted that her videos are completely false information. Sincerely, this is not what her daily routine is all about. We procured part of her video that she recently put up March last year. Let's take a look.
I'm gonna clean my slate, and just recently on my Snapchat, if you guys wanna go check it out, one of you guys asked me, what do you want your fans to know? And I told them that I want them to know that relationships are fake, friendships are fake, social media is fake, literally everything is fake. So with saying that, I needed to kind of come clean and tell you that everything is fake. I've been doing YouTube literally since I was 8 years old, and throughout my whole entire career, through every single video that I've ever done with anybody, it's been kind of scripted and really planned out. So of course not everything was fake, but a lot of my challenges were fake. A lot of my pranks, a lot of my 24-hour challenges, they were fake. At that time, we were like, you know, banging out YouTube videos. YouTube was loving us. We were getting tons of millions, gajillion views, you know what I mean, like that? And at the time, couples and like crushes, it was a really, really big thing. You know, honestly, for YouTube, I wanted to have more friends, more people, possibly even a boyfriend. What do you know? We decided that the best way to do this, the best way to navigate this is, you know, I didn't want just some random person off the street who has no clue what, you know, YouTube is about, because YouTube is a lot of acting. There's a camera on you. So I didn't want to just pull a random person off the street. And I'm not that crazy. My manager team wanted me to do this. They suggested this to us. They said that this would be a really good idea so that it could protect us from a lot. These kids know what they're doing. It will be sick. I'm about to say it. I'm a little nervous. So basically, I had an audition. I had an audition that was called Audition to be Piper Rockelle's boyfriend. Yeah, and guess how many people showed up? A lot of people. At the end of the day, we ended up picking Lev and Jensen. I'm telling you guys, I had no hope that Lev was ever gonna like me back. Like, I had no hope. Like, no hope at all. Also, my ex-best friend's mother was constantly saying, oh, Lev's not good looking enough for Piper. He doesn't have that look, he doesn't have that look. And I was like, what are you talking about? So, of course, my ex-best friend's mother decided to go on Instagram and literally look up model boys in Los Angeles and found another guy. So at that time, I had 2 crushes. So that's kind of the truth about my relationship. You guys have asked me before on tour, like, oh, how'd you meet Lev? How'd you meet Lev? And we kind of made the story look like it was a friend of a friend and Lev was a friend of my friend's friend, you know what I mean? But that's the true story. Guys, today we're gonna be doing 24 hours in a Walmart!
Dad, you're really loud.
Does anyone remember when Frank used to call himself the Walmart dog? Like, where did that go?
I'll explain more when we go to Walmart, so let's go to Walmart. How are you gonna get there? And time's moving really slow right now, but you know, Frank will not leave.
Obviously, I had to eat breakfast, which this part was actually real.
Eating, and people are looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what, you've never seen someone eat before? It's just Walmart, it's breakfast time, it's just 9 a.m. That's what I'm doing right now.
True.
I'm looking at you like you're crazy. Sound like my detective. You know, I got kind of a big bowl, but you know, it's fine.
That video was very fun to film actually, but again, it was fake. But really fun. I still embarrassed myself a lot. I mean, I guess the embarrassment part is still there. But also you guys should probably be glad that a lot of this stuff isn't actually true, because I'm gonna be honest, if I actually spent a whole night in Target, that's like illegal. This is not an actual box of money. This is just completely, it's fake money. The money inside of it's paper. Oh my God. Would you ever believe that? Honestly, I wish back in the day I could go back to one of my challenges and myself can give me $10,000. Because if you actually thought I was doing that, that's crazy. And I honestly think that that's not even like a realistic thing I should be teaching people, that I just have $10,000 to just give to someone because they pick their nose the fastest. Like, are you kidding me? And I just want to say the last two challenges we ever did, we actually did give someone $1,000. And guess what? They didn't care at all. They were like, oh, thanks, is there any more? $1,000, bud. You would have to clean a lot of freaking toilets to get $1,000 from your allowance.
Yeah! Today we are doing Last to Lead, the Power Wheel. Go, 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 go! Hi. It's like letting them in the door. Oh no, look at the wheel. What is this?
We didn't actually do this because, first of all, that would be very unsafe actually riding down the road like that. We actually rented a big truck and we put all of the cars in there to go to each place, which...
Shout out to Mayor.
Shout out to Mayor. Shout out to Mayor. We're not trying to endanger ourselves or other kids. I just want to say for the last two challenges, it was actually kind of fun because, you know, me and my friend, we'd be like, all right, who's winning tonight? You? I won last week, so that means you gotta win this week. We would all kind of like figure out ways to get each other out in cool, interesting ways, which I thought was pretty fun. And, you know, some people like won a lot more than others because sometimes people were just like, I want to be done, man. Like, can I just get out? Also, some people would like kind of like low-key request it and be like, you know, I think that my child needs to win this week. And we would be like, okay, sure. So we would like, you know, let them win. It's very complicated. This is a prank. So I'm gonna show you guys how the pranks used to be super fake. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, so this one got a lot of attention because the way that everyone kind of got a lot of attention. And again, we had it all planned out, so we like knew what was going on. So we'll just like, I don't want to say like names or anything, like we'll just categorize girl 1 and girl 2. Girl 1 just got her hair done and her hair is very beautiful, so she couldn't get it done. She couldn't get it wet. And we completely understood that because it would have turned green and her hair was beautiful. And the girl 2 was like, I'll do it. I'm wearing clothes. I'll do it. My hair's dirty. It's greasy. Let me do it real quick. So we were like, all right, cool. You're gonna jump in to save me. So the way that like it all planned out, it might have like accidentally made a lot of people look bad or really good. It's just like, that's the reason why I want to come out and say everything was fake, because a lot of arguments between people, like people got really upset and would say that I'm mean or that the other person's mean. Also, like my boyfriend at the time didn't even come in to save me, which is like so funny to me.
No, it's a fire.
And then we would do things, we would be like, oh, like you'd push me and we'd be like, hold on, that's not good enough. And then we'd do it again. Honestly, thinking back to these days, like it's just like, sometimes you wish that you could just be in like a second and just like smell the smell and like just like see the people around you just for a second, like just go back for 1 second, you know what I mean? You could see like literally my friend pushed me and then looked at Hunter like, is that okay? Got me hitting her. Low-key, like I hate saying the word cringe or anything, but like looking back, it's like once I kind of got a little bit bigger, I started working with bigger people, like even people that are huge right now and you know maybe weren't as successful as they are now, but they kind of like led the path for us and they were like, listen, this is just about making it interesting for the kids, for the people, for what people are watching. So, you know, you don't have to put so much effort into it. Why don't you kind of like script it out, make it really interesting, make people like make a love triangle, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that these people like specifically forced us to do this, of course not, but we kind of were looking up to them and we were like, that's what they're doing, so why don't we try it? And of course, you know, we did our own things with it. Yeah, just gonna say, like, when I had 2 crushes, that was so fake. Like, I was in love with one of them from like first sight and the other one not at all. I explained all that in that video, but yeah. Relationships were really, really weird too. You guys can kind of use your own imagination with like, you know, the friendships, the relationships. Sometimes people wanted it to be like that. Sometimes they would think about it and they would be like, I think this is a really powerful move. Let's get them together. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it's not that deep. I think that that's the thing that I always think. I'm like, man, it's really not that deep. You know what I mean? Like I said, what I would do to just give a minute to just go back and just like, you know, take a breath and just be like, I'm so grateful for this moment with my friends and, you know, I wish that I could always try to make them as happy as possible. But I think that this is really amazing for you guys to know. I think that it's a really, really weird question to be asked, like YouTubers, and usually they're just like, no, like, no, you're gonna just have to find out, like, come on. What I'm trying to say is these videos were made for your entertainment, and I hope that you're not sad, but I don't do that stuff anymore. I don't do challenges or anything like that anymore, so that's why I'm telling you, because I'm not doing it anymore. I'm exposing myself. So I hope that you guys were entertained, and I hope that I actually, you know, put something into your life. That just means I have to come up with something new to, start.
See? I told you this is not what YouTube's all about. Hey Piper, by the way, you said your boyfriend was fake? You mean this creepy Russian dude blue-eyed right here? Yeah, I'm completely aware of him too. Well, we already know who your real boyfriend is. You just showed us. Why would you pixelate this guy's face in dominoes? So finally, everything's getting back to normal now that Piper posted this video on her YouTube, telling the truth of what YouTube for her is all about. So life is good. She's getting back to her normal roots. Wait a minute. You actually lied to us. You uploaded this video and about 1 day later you uploaded this.
Okay, it's go time. Oh my God!
Piper? Piper, you okay?
Hold on. Be careful.
You got pranked.
Swear to God.
Again, man! That's just how it quick crumbles.
Why, Piper? Why? I know why. Ladies and gentlemen, this girl, Piper, it's some crazy bitch, and she had recently escaped from space prison. Say I found you, Smirk. Look at that gloomy face of her. You and your crazy editor have been talking 24/7. Oh, and by the way, what happened to your pet pug, Frank?
You want to know what else takes an hour?
What?
For the smell of this to go away.
Oh, Frank, no!
Oh my god, that Smirk Elmo voice that he sounds like. I'm going to talk about flying with girls and everyone in this freaking nation. I believe he's back to being under the influence, drinking a bunch of whiskey 24/7. Oh, wait a minute. We don't see him at all. He's not here anymore. I believe PETA has found him and put him back into the animal shelter. Oh yeah, I almost remembered. Pink called this girl exploited. Thanks a lot to Piper's own mother. You know what that means? Who else is in space prison? Who needs a retarded mother and a Mr. Beast influencer? Let's just wrap this baby up. Piper has decided to take a break from YouTube this year. I think it's because of that dark documentary on Netflix that I should not talk about. But she's still active on her other social media platforms, including Fanlala, the more stickiest live stream app that any other girl can think of. Some of them. So Piper, this is my words for you. Please, promise you won't be the next Paris Hilton. Say my God for words. You dress like a wacko. Your body looks like you're completely on steroids. And for this grief moment, I should have said this. You might reject your younger self for this. Jenny's right, she should have punched you in the face.
She's literally about to beat me up, and I'm about to beat her up now. Let's go!
I guess those are my words of Piper Rockelle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just settle everything down for next week's episode because it'll be better. I promise. So as usual, you can check out the social medias down below to see what else I'm doing. Always subscribe 24/7 and click that bell so that way you get notified. And oh yeah, check out Piper Rockelle because she's still active on social media too. And as always, click the info button to check out last week's episode of B.R.Y.N Weekly. Alright, I'll see you guys next Friday. Peace out.
Piper, stop! Hey, chill, what the frick?
If I have to do another diary prank, I'm gonna do something Seriously, I don't want to have to go to the store, buy a diary, write a few little stupid things, and then act like they left it in a room, and then open it up, and then them get mad at me because I went through their personal space and I found that they're sticking on me. Also, if I have to do one more.
Wait, are you crying?
Next week, a Hogwarts rent.
How many times can I do a lost my memory prank? How many times? It's actually a big fear of mine to lose my prank now. Prank now?
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life, nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.